Hello students, today is April 29, 2023 and we will be solving IB Math AA SL November 2022 paper 1 section A questions. First of all, I did not get these questions and it is because of one of my friends who have collected these questions from me that I am being able to conduct these live sessions. And we will be solving the section E questions today, and we will be solving the section B questions of the same paper, IB Math AA SL, November 2022, paper 1. Tomorrow, that is April 30, 2023, Sunday will be starting at 5 p.m. IST, and we will be solving the paper 2 IB Math AA SL, November 2022, paper 2 questions. Most probably on Wednesday and Thursday. I do not want to go to the Saturday and Sunday, the next Saturday and Sunday, that will be uh, May 6 and May 7. You will be having your examination. The paper 1 is on May 8. So I don't want to go to the next Saturday and Sunday, that is the next weekend. I'm 98% sure that I will be doing the paper 2 section A part on Wednesday and section B on Thursday, but I cannot give you the timings of the live streaming. At this moment, if you are a subscriber to my channel and if you have pressed the bell icon, you will definitely be getting notified. Else, you have to just check if you want to see how are the questions solved by me. If you want to see my explanation, then you have to just keep and watch about my channel so that see that when is it taking place. Most probably it will be on Wednesday and Thursday. Okay? But I cannot give you the time at this moment. So we will be doing paper 1, so we will not be using the calculator and they will be the section A questions. That means from question 1 to question 6 will be solved today. Okay. Let us start with question number 1. Maximum mark is 7. Let f of x equal to negative 2x plus 3, where x is a real number. Subpart A says the graph of a linear function g is parallel to the graph of f. Therefore, their gradients will be the same and passes through the origin. That means in order to get the equation of a straight line, you need two things. First, the gradient of the straight line, and second, the coordinates of a single point which is lying on the straight line. So we know that the gradient of the straight line, since it is parallel to f of x, so the gradient will be equal to negative 2. Okay? So I'm using y minus y1 equal to m times x minus x1 formula. You can use y equals mx plus c as well. I have shown you many times while solving the previous past papers how to get the equation of a tangent or a straight line. Mostly it was the equation of the tangent using this formula y equals mx plus c and using the formula y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. But in this paper, I'm just using the y minus y1 equal to m times x minus x1 formula to get to the answer. Okay? So y, or let me write this as g of x. G of x, since I'm using y minus y1, if I had used y equals mx plus c, I could have written x. So let me first of all write y minus y1. y1, this is x1, and this is y1. So y minus y1 is 0 equal to m is minus 2, because the line will be parallel to this line minus 2x plus 3, hence the gradient will be minus 2. So minus 2 times x minus x1 is 0, so it is this. So y minus 0 is y, so this is fact of x is equal to y equal to negative 2x. This is the answer. Okay. The part B, the graph of a linear function h is perpendicular to the graph of f and passes through the point minus 1, 2. Find an expression for h of x. The points coordinates are given and you can find the gradient. We can find the gradient because the line will be perpendicular to this line. Since it will be perpendicular to this line, it will be having the gradient as the negative reciprocal of this gradient. Okay, so the gradient m will be negative reciprocal. Negative of negative is positive. This gradient is already negative. I have to take the negative of that negative number, so it will be a positive. So, and 2, the reciprocal of 2 is half. So the gradient of this h of x expression will be half. And it is passing through the point minus 1, 2. So this is x1 and this is y1. Okay. Okay, this time let me use the y equals mx plus c. For this, I have used y minus y1 equal to m times x1. So let me just write y equals mx plus first of all. And y equals m is half x plus c. Now we have to get the value of c, so we will be using this points coordinates. Y is 2 equal to half times x is negative 1 plus c. This is negative 1, so half times negative 1 is negative half, so it will be 2 plus half. Adding half to both the sides, we get 2 plus 1 equal to c. Plus 1 is equal to 5 over 2. Okay? So the expression will be h of x is equal to y is equal to, I may not be writing y now. Y is h of x in fact. This is half x plus 5 over 2. So this is the working of subpart B. Coming to subpart C. Subpart C. G of h of c. Okay. So let us first of all find, we always start from the innermost function. When we have composite functions, always start from the innermost. It depends actually. When you are given a table of data, it is not, it depends on the function. I should not be saying that this is the rule. Depending on what is the question, you have to decide whether to start from the inside function or whether to start from the outermost. Okay? So but for this case, we will be starting from the innermost. And we get the value of h of 0. That means x equal to 0. And h of x is this. So we will be putting 0 in place of x. So it is half times 0 plus 5 over 2 equal to 5 over 2. H of 0 is 5 over 2. Okay? And so this will be G of H of 0 is equal to G of 5 over 2. That means x equal to 5 over 2. We will be substituting 5 over 2 in place of x in the expression of gx, which is minus 2x. Okay? This is minus 2 times x, so minus 2 times 5 over 2, which is equal to negative 5. Okay? So equal to, let me make this do a little, equal to negative 5. Obviously, I have solved it over here. Don't solve it this way. You will be given the space, you solve them, the answer, the given space. Okay. And you know that. Definitely you know that. I just write these because it helps me explain when the question and the working both are visible simultaneously, it becomes easy to explain. That is why I just take these spaces to write. These spaces for writing. So question number 2 doesn't contain any subpart. It contains 4 marks. The function g is defined by g of x equal to e to the power of x squared plus 1, where x belongs to the set of real numbers, and we have to get g dash minus 1. So first of all, we have to get the first derivative of g of x, that is, we have to get g dash x. Let us try. G dash x. Okay, let me. I always forget. Not all good, admit. Fact that I forgot. G dash x equal to e to the power of something when taken the derivative, when differentiated, will be giving us e to the power of that power. And then we differentiate the power. So e to the power of x plus 1 will be e to the power of x plus 1. Not x, rather x squared plus 1. And then we will be differentiating the power x squared plus 1, which is 2x. This is the expression for g dash x. Now we will be substituting negative 1 in place of x. E to the power of negative 1 squared plus 1. Negative 1 times the power of times negative 1. So it is negative 1 whole square is positive 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. And this is negative 2. This is negative 2 e squared. Okay? So g dash negative 1 is negative 2 e squared. Not asking. See, this just lines that I have written, and we are getting 4 marks. Question number 3 contains 7 marks. Consider a circle with a diameter AB where A has coordinates 1, 4, 0 and B has coordinates -3, 2, -4. Okay, this is a circle type of a thing. Smaller circle, but I think I cannot. Okay, so these are arbitrary points, A and B, and A is having coordinates 1, 4, 0, and B is having coordinates -2, -4. Okay. Subpart A says find the coordinates of the center of the circle. Okay, what will be the center? AB is the diameter they are seeing. This is the diameter. Its midpoint will be the center of the circle. So basically, we have to find the midpoint formula. What is the midpoint formula? It is x1 plus x2 over 2 and y1 plus y2 over 2. So x1 1 plus -3, so it is 1 plus -3 over 2, comma, okay, because have 3 axes, so there will be the z as well. Same thing, but it will be included the z. y1 plus y2 over 2, so 4 plus 2 over 2, and 0 minus 4, 0 plus minus actually, over 2. Okay. These will be the coordinates. So 1 minus 3 is -2. -2 over 2 is -1. So it is, most probably you are not being able to see. Let me do this part and I'll be through. So this first one is -1. Second one is 6. 4 plus 2 is 6 over 2 is 3. And this is -4 over 2 is -2. So this is the center of the circle's coordinate. The other coordinates of the center. And then we have to get the radius. Okay, let us get the radius over here, and for this, the next subpart, I'll be doing it below. Okay, because I just want to keep the question and my working visible at the same time. Now, since they are asking for the radius, it will be the distance formula obviously. So what will be the radius? Either you can, this is the radius and this is the radius. So either we can get the distance of OA or the distance of OB. Okay, let us choose A because it is having 1 0 over here. So let us choose A. Okay. So radius will be write this below. I'm having 3 axes. So it is, if I start from O, so -1, -1. whole square. Thus, O is 3. 3 minus 4. Thus, minus 2 minus 8. This is equal to minus 1 is minus 2 whole square is 4. 3 minus 4 is minus 1 whole square is plus 1. And minus 2 whole square is plus 4. This is equal to 4 plus 4 is 8 plus 1 is 9. So it is root 9. Therefore, the radius of the circle is, I don't know the unit. Let me write it as 3. That will be better. Now, up, up, hope you know the entire question. The circle forms the base of a right circular cone, this one, whose vertex V has coordinates -1, -1, 0. Okay? And what was this is the circle, the base. What was the radius, the center, the coordinates of the center? You can see -1, 3, -2. This is -1, -2, the center of the circle. And the radius was 3 units. These are the informations that we have so far. And they are saying, subpart B, they are asking us to find the exact volume, obviously, because we are not allowed to calculator. And of course, you may try doing the division, but don't try because they are saying that you have to the exact volume. Okay? So, what is the formula for volume of a right cone? It is volume is one-third pi r square. R square is this, the radius of the base circle. Pi r square times height. Height is this one. Okay? This is the formula for a right cone. So we know r, but we do not know h, but we can find the value of h. It will be again using the distance formula because we know the coordinates of the endpoints. Okay? So h is equal to under root -1 minus -1 whole square plus, if I start with 3 and -1 and -2 -0 whole square. Okay? So this is this h. -1 plus 1 cancels 0. 3 minus minus 1 or 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 square is 16. And this is minus 2 whole square is 4. So this is equal to root 20 units, or 20 is 5 times 4, so it is 2 root 5 units. Okay. And now we will be applying this formula. We know R, we know H. We can apply the formula to get the volume. Therefore, volume is equal to 1 over 3 times pi times R. You see it is 3. So 3 square times 2 root 5. Okay. So this can get cancelled. And 3 times 2 is 6. So it is 6 5 pi units cube. This is the answer. Hope they have not mentioned. They have not. So we have answered. This is question number 3. Okay. So we have answered part A and radius, and the part B, the exact value they have given. Exact volume in unit. Now we come to question number 4. It is containing maximum mark 5, and it is saying that let A be a constant where A is greater than 1. Okay. Subpart A says, so that A square plus A square minus 1 over 2 whole square equal to A square plus 1 over 2 whole square. Fine. So I don't have any other option here but to start from this line. So I'll be doing that. So A square stays as A square, and I'll be expanding this part. Actually, this is A square minus 1 whole square over 2 square, which is 4. So don't take both the sides. When you have to show that the left side is equal to right side, don't take both the sides. Start from either the left side or you start from the right side. I can write this as left side. This is equal to A square plus A square whole square is A to the power of 4 minus 2 A square plus 1 over 4. So this is 4A square plus A to the power of 4 minus 2 square plus 1 over 4. Okay. Which is equal to A to the power of 4 first. 4A square minus 2A square is plus 2A square. Plus 1 over 4. This is what? This is nothing but A square whole square plus 2A square plus 1 square over 2 square. Okay? So this is a square plus 1 whole square over 2 square, which is equal to a square plus 1 over 2 whole square, which is the right hand side. So, we have done part A. Now coming to part B, there is something. Yeah. Consider a right angle triangle with sides of length E square minus 1 over 2 and A square plus 1 over 2. You see, since these are the sides, so automatically it is clear that this will be the hypotenuse, because this side square plus this side square is equal to the hypotenuse. This is the hypotenuse. And these are the two sides, the other two sides, which are including the right angle, because the subpart B says find the expression for the area of the triangle in terms of A. For a right angle triangle, it is like this. This is the right angle. Therefore, the area of this triangle will be half times this length times this length. Okay. So, what are these two lengths? One is A and the other one is A square minus 1 over 2. See? One is A and the other is A square minus 1 over 2. Okay? Area is equal to half times A times A square minus 1 over 2. Let me show you once more. It is A and A square minus 1 over 2. Okay? And I am just solving these questions, keeping in mind that how will a student, an IB Math A SL student, how will he or she be solving? Okay, so I could have written area of a triangle. This is actually area of a triangle, but maybe you are not having sufficient time. This is just the question number 4. So you may be writing the whole thing, or you may be saving some time for the remaining questions. So you may be just writing the area, or you may be not writing anything. You will be writing the expression. So I have just written area. Okay. So in every paper that I have solved, I have kept in mind how will a student write. An IB Math A SL student, how will he or she be writing this? And what can be written, get the marks, so that the marks are not deducted, so that you have not written this part, so you do not get this many marks. It should not happen that way, but you have to write every relevant information you have to get. If you have to show every working of yours, but at the same time, you may not be writing, like, I'm not saying that, I'm not suggesting that you don't write, but I have seen most of the students, the IB Math itself, for it is not over here, it is maybe it is an irrelevant discussion at this moment, but for binomial distribution or the normal distribution, You don't write x, maybe x is a binomial distribution variable. So you don't write x and then this thing b and what is the value of n, what is the value of p. You should be writing, but sometimes students don't write simply. They just don't, they just write the calculation, get the answer. This is fair enough because you will, but you have to say that this is a binomial distribution. If you just see this and do the calculation, you will be getting the full. So half a times a square minus 1 over 2, this is a times a square minus 1 over 4. Where is the expression for the area of the triangle? Question number 5 contains 5 marks. The derivative of the function f is given by f dash x equal to 6x over x squared plus 1. Okay. The graph of y equals f of x passes to the point 1, 5, find an expression for f of x. Even f dash x, they are asking us to find f of x, so we have to integrate this expression. So let us integrate this expression. F of x will be integration of f dash x with respect to x plus c. So this is 6x over x squared plus 1 x plus c. Or you can write the plus c, or you can write it after you are integrating. Doesn't matter. C value is a constant, so have to get the C value. For getting the C value, they have given this piece of information that the curve passes to this point. Okay. So I have kept so much of space. Let me this one. F of x equal. So f of x equal to. Now we have to go for substitution because not know how to it. Won't go for substitution. This has to be done using the substitution. So we can take let t equal to x squared minus 1, x squared plus 1. So let t equal to x squared plus 1. Therefore dt is equal to x dx. So in place of x squared plus 1, we will be writing t. And since we are writing t, we cannot have dx. We cannot have x and t, two variables together. Either we, over here we are having only x. If we want to change it to some other variable, we will be having only that variable. That is why we have to get an expression for dx as well. Okay? So, and we are saying 2x dx is equal to dt. Over here we are having 6x dx. We can just take out outside the integral sign and can write this as 2x dx over x squared plus 1. Okay? So this is equal to 3. In place of 2x dx, I am writing dt. And 1 over x squared plus 1, it is 1 over t. And 2x dx is giving us dt. Okay? So this is equal to 1 over t when integrated with respect to t will be giving us ln of t. It is t ln of. Now we can write plus c. Hope you are being working, and I'll be substituting back the value of t or the expression of t. Rewriting that here, and I can actually safely remove this modulus sign because x square will be a positive number or 0 and plus 1, so it will be a positive. So I can safely the modulus sign since I have written it. See, so this is equal to ln of, I can write this as x square plus 1 to the power of 3. You may keep it this way also, doesn't matter. So now we use this bit of information that the graph passes through the point 1, 5. Fine. So f of x will be 5, 1, 5. Point 1 more. It is passing through 1, so f of x is 5. F of x is 5. ln of 5 is equal to ln of x is 1. 1 square plus 1 to the power of 3 plus c, which is 5 equal to 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 cube is 8. So ln of 8 plus c. C is equal to 5 minus ln of 8. Okay? So now we will be just substituting this value of c in the function expression. That means we'll be writing the prominent. Cannot. Okay, let me leave a line. And a line. So I'm not having remain. F of x will be, I'm taking this expression or this one. You can take the previous one also. Again, I'm saying there is no hard and fast rule that you have to take this one, not. So I'm taking the letter 1. This is x squared plus 1 to the power of 3 plus 5 minus ln of 8. Now 8 can be written as 2 to the power of 3. Now again I'm saying, okay, let me just keep it. If you write this answer, it is perfectly correct. Okay? And now I am coming to some more simplification. This is not mandatory. If you give this answer, you will be getting good. Okay? But if you want, you can just give a little more sophisticated answer. So this is x squared plus 1 to the power of 3 minus ln of 2 to the power of 3 because 8 is 2 to the power of 3 plus 5. And this is ln of x minus ln of y, suppose. This can be written as ln of x squared plus 1 to the power of 3 over 2 to the power of 3 plus 5. This is This is actually f of x and write x squared 1 over 2 whole to the power of 3 plus 5. Okay. Again, I am saying this is not compulsory that you have to come to this part. Even if you stop at this expression, you get the full. It contains 5 marks. It contains 5 marks, but that doesn't mean that if you write the first one, you'll not be getting 5 marks. You will be getting 5. They did not ask you to show some properties of logarithmic. 6. Maximum mark is also 6. Evens A and B are such that P of A is 0.3 and P of B is 0.8. Okay. Support A says, determine the value of P of A intersection B in the case where evens A and B are independent. So we have to just use the formula. P of A intersection B for independent events should be P of A times P of B for interval dependent events. So since they are independent, we can write this as 0.3 times 0.8, which is equal to 2.2. Just give me time. Right. This is final part. Yeah. So we are done with Sapati. Coming to Sapat B, determine the minimum possible value. So they have given us 2 events. So if we try to draw the Venn diagram, what happens? This is the universal set, and this may be A, and this may be B. The intersection, minimum possible intersection. So the intersection may be equal to 0 also. There may be no intersection, means it can be of this type. It can be of this type. A and B. Perfectly possible. No intersection. So P of A intersection B is equal to. But we are seeing that it is not. So, but we are having P of A intersection B equal to 0.24, provided P of A is equal to 0.3 and P of B is equal to 0.8. But if they are saying the minimum possible value, so if P of A is having 0.3 value and P of B is having 0.8 value, there is no scope of minimum or maximal possible value of P of A intersection. It will be having the same value 0.24 and nothing else. So we have to assume that P of A and P of B, they may be independent, they may not be independent. P of A value is 0.3, that is fine. P of B's value is also 0.8, that is also fine. But they now we have to assume that they may not be independent. You have to consider the different possibilities that you can think of. Okay? This is one of the possibilities that I am seeing. This is another possibility that I am seeing. At where, but can in fact draw a better square. Yeah. Or else, what can I do? Can have a third possibility. The third possibility is one is within the other. When we are having two sets, I can think of only these three possibilities and no other possibility, because they should be the universal set, and either A and B will not be having intersection, they will be two separate sets, or they will be having some intersection, some overlapping, or they may be having complete overlapping, means one may be a subset of the other. Okay, these are the three possibilities that I can think. So let us see whether we can have all these three possibilities for P of A equal to 0.3 and P of B 0.8. Okay, let us first of all start with the middle one. This is 0.3 and 0.8. And the sum total of all the probabilities, of course, this part is not known. It can be 0, it can be any other number, non-zero number, but even if we take this part equal to 0, the sum total of all the probabilities should be equal to 1. So 0.3 plus 0.8 should be equal to 1, but it is not equal to 1, it is 1.1. So this condition cannot be taken. It cannot be this way, that there is no overlap between the events A and B. There should be some overlapping, the common region between these two sets. Because otherwise, if they are completely separate, if they are mutually exclusive even, this is a condition of mutually exclusive, no overlap. If one is happening, it is not mutually, it doesn't have to be mutually exclusive, that if one is happening, other cannot happen. Yeah, yeah, it is mutually, other cannot happen, because if one is happening, if the other also happens, then there will be an overlap. So it is a case of a mutually exclusive. But A and B will not be mutually exclusive, because the sum total of these probabilities is more than one, which cannot be taken. So which is not valid, it's not correct. So let us come to this. This is one extreme and this is another extreme. This is the midpoint. So I have started with one extreme and I have seen that this cannot be taken. So let us come to this. So there is some overlapping. these two are definitely not mutually exclusive. The overlapping regions probability is X, so P of A intersection X, A intersection B is equal to X. And this one is A happening but B not happening. So this one is 0.3 minus X. And this part is B happening but A not happening. So this is 0.8 minus X. Okay. So what is the value of X? The sum total should be equal to 0 because I'm considering that P of A P of A union B prime is equal to 0. This part is not having any non-zero probability. If this part is having non-zero probability, the sum total of these two is already more than 1. You can have this part also a non-zero number, but in that case, the X value will be even more. Okay. Let me just show you. Let me show you with 0 and non-zero. So first of all, let me take this part as 0. So the sum total of these three regions will be equal to 1. So it is 0.3 x minus x plus x plus 0.6 is equal to 1. Okay? And so the minus x and plus x, these will get cancelled, and 0.3 plus 0.8 is 1.1. So 1.1 minus x is equal to 1, or 1.1 minus 1 is equal to x. Therefore, x equal to 0.1. Then we are having the probability of P of A union B prime equal to 0. If it is not equal to 0, suppose arbitrarily I am taking this to be equal to 0.1. Then let us see what is the x value. Maybe more, it may be less, but actually they haven't given us any information about this part. Okay, about this part. So, let us see. We cannot take this, cannot assume what is the probability of that part, so we have to be. But I'm showing you if it is having some non-zero value, then what is happening? 0.3 minus x plus x plus 0.8 minus x plus 0.1 is equal to 1. So again, minus x and plus x will get cancelled. And 0.3 plus 0.8 is 1.1 plus 0.1 is 1.2. So it is 1.2 minus x is equal to 1. Therefore, x is equal to 1.2 minus 1 equals 0.2, which is more than 0.1. Okay, and they have asked for the minimum possible value of the intersection region's probability. So we will be assuming that this part P of A union B prime is equal to 0. Only then we will be getting the minimum possible overlapping intersection. Okay. So the answer to subpart B is 0.1. Just write over the 0. Now, we come to subpart C. Determine the maximum possible value of P of A section B, justifying your answer. As I have said before, I can think of given two events, there should be the universal set as well. If you have to draw the Venn diagram, always you have. Just don't draw two circles. Okay? So I can think of only these three possible cases. Either no overlap, both are separate, mutually exclusive events. Second case is partially overlapping. There is a region of overlap that we have considered, and that has given us the minimum possible value of x. What can be the minimum possible overlapping area? As I've seen that x can be 0.2 as well. If you have some non-zero probability of the outside region, then you will be having the overlapping region will be growing accordingly. Okay. If we take the outside region's probability, so only then we will be getting the minimum overlapping region. Okay. And the third case is complete overlap. Who will be overlapping which event will be overlapping the other event? Whether B will be overlapping A or A will be overlapping B. You see, the A's probability is 0.3 and the B's probability is 0.8. So if I think of space, obviously B will be enclosing the bigger area because its probability is more. The B will be the bigger area than A. Therefore, A will be the subset of B. Okay, so this is B and this is A. In this case, this one is the total thing is 0.8. The probability of this total area is 0.8. And the probability of this part is 0.3. And the probability of this region so the probability of this region is 0.8 minus 0.3, which is 0.5. And this region is 0.3. This is 8. Okay. And the whole thing is 0.8. And now we are having the outside probability as 0.2 because the sum total has to be equal to 1. So now the P of A union B prime has to be equal to 0. Otherwise, it is not possible. It is not a valid case. So this is the third probability. So, and this is the third case. And now what is the probability of P of A intersection? This, let the color to show that this is discussion of this part. P of A intersection B. B is the subset of B. This case, the event A or the set A is the subset of the set B. So entire A is the overlapping region because B is encroaching the whole A part as well. It is inside B. Therefore, P of A intersection B is equal to P of A, which is 0.3. So this is the maximum value of P of A. answer to this part is 0.3. Okay. So since this completes the first 6 questions of section A of the paper IB Math AA SL, November 2022, paper 1. Doesn't have any time zone, it is the time zone C words. Correct? So we will be solving the section B questions, that is question 7, question 8, and question 9 tomorrow from 5 p.m. IST. And as I have said at the beginning of our today's session, that I'll be solving the paper 2 questions as well, but I could have taken the next weekend, but maybe that will be too late for you because the next Monday, that is May 8, you are having paper 1. So I don't want to go to next weekend. I'll be taking up Wednesday and Thursday for conducting the 2 live sessions. But even though I can specify the dates with days, that is Wednesday and the Thursday, with fair amount of accuracy, most probably it is 98% probable that I'll be taking those 2 days. But the time, it will be most probably 3 to 5 p.m. IST. Most probably. Again, this is also 98% sure that I can say that it will be from 3 to 5. Okay? So let us stop over here for today. Thank you for staying with me till the end. If you have any question, any query, please write to me in the comment area. I'll be trying to help you as much. Okay? So bye for today.